Joining us now, Iran program research analyst for the Foundation of Defense of Democracies, Janatan Sayeh. Also with us, the executive director at the Foundation of Defense of Democracies, Jonathan Schanzer. Jonathan, you and I have discussed this very, very prospect so many times here, and I have to get your reaction. When you woke up this morning to the news, what did you ultimately think? Did you think it would ever come? Do you think Trump finally pulled the trigger? He did. Did you think it would come?
Look, this was inevitable. I mean, we could see this building. And I think really what needs to be understood is how patient Donald Trump was. He continued to reach his hand out to the regime, calling upon the regime to compromise, to end its nuclear program, to curb its missile production, to end its support for proxies. And what we saw repeatedly was defiance from the supreme leader of Iran. He continued to thumb his nose at the president of the United States. I did not see Donald Trump get angry. And that was really interesting to me because it was clear he was running out of patience. And what he did is he stuck to the plan, which was to continue to try to put the right assets in the region to protect our allies, to protect our forces, to protect oil, for that matter, while continuing to do that outreach to the regime. I think probably yesterday or the day before, after the failed talks in Geneva, there was an assessment made within the U.S. system that the regime was just simply not going to meet us, not even close to halfway. And so not surprising to wake up to see this. I expected it maybe would take place next week. But, you know, between last night and next week, you're only talking about a few days here. Not a surprise at all.
Yeah, and Jonathan, I want to get your reaction to all of this because we've heard from so many Iranians living in Iran and those also here in America that they were hoping this day would come, that there would be the chance for regime change. Were you surprised when you woke up to the news this morning?
It was really an honor to witness such a historic moment. And to answer your question, we have been waiting for this moment since 2009. When I was in the streets in Tehran back then, in the summer of 2009, that was the hope, and the help never came. As the president noted in his remarks earlier, that of course President Obama wanted to at least really consider it. Again, that help never came, and it's been really decades that Iranians have been pleading for international intervention, and now they finally got it. So really what I think spoke to a lot of Iranians is the statement coming from the president saying, now the ball is in your court. It is your opportunity to take the destiny into your own hands. At the same time, cautioning Iranians not to really go to the streets just yet and wait for the bombing campaign to really conclude before Iranians can really take over the streets and, as he noted, take their destiny into their own hands.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, just lastly to you briefly here, what is next? That's something I'll be watching for. President Trump essentially, urging the Iranian people to take back your government. Do you think that's going to happen organically like it did last time in December and January?
Yes, I mean, I do. But let me just say, number one, there needs to be confirmation of the death of the supreme leader. We're hearing with high confidence out of Israel that he's now no longer living, that there was a successful strike on him, maybe some of his family members, as well as other top leaders of the regime. So we're waiting for confirmation of that. I think that will be a sign to the Iranian people that this is the beginning of the end. But I also think that there needs to be a cleanup operation of those missiles and other significant military assets of the regime. They need to be taken out so that the rest of the region is safe. Once that occurs, I do expect the people of Iran to come out and to try to take back the country. This is something that they've been looking forward to for decades.
We shall see. Jonathan Sayeh, Jonathan Schanzer with the FDD. Can't thank you enough for all of your insight and appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.